Right, hello friends, welcome back once again to the Gaming Pantry on what may be the hottest day of the year so far. It's absolutely bloody sweltering. I'm recording this at 8:05. I've just set the temperature outside on the thermometer. It is 31 degrees. This is ludicrous, absolutely ridiculous. We've gone from absolutely no summer to summer. Anyway, I shouldn't be complaining because I'm one of these people who complains about wet weather and then I complain about hot weather. I'm never bloody satisfied. Anyway, in the meantime, thank you very much indeed for tuning in if it's your first time here. Thank you very much indeed for coming back if you are a returning visitor or viewer or what have you. We are addressing the game in the room, which is, I'm afraid to say, is Pit Fighter on the Super Nintendo, running off my Xbox emulator. Yes, sorry about that. But I had tried a couple of the games and they just weren't working. I did have the Olympics, the Summer Olympics '96, which had a wonderful introduction and then just sort of stopped and didn't do anything else. So that would be more appropriate because the Olympics are this week, aren't they? I understand. I think they are this week anyway. So this is part two of those pickups I had from Saturday the 17th of July. And for less pressure on my back and my knees, I've decided not to bring everything upstairs. The reason being, it's too much of it, and I know I'm going to take it back down again afterwards, and it's hot enough as it is. I was sitting in a sweatbox at work. I'm now sitting in the sweatbox of a game room, and this fan is making absolutely no difference whatsoever. I mean, I might as well just not have it on, but I'd hate to think what state I'd be in by the time I finished. So if you haven't seen my first pickups video, go back and have a look, because this sort of leads on from there. And I've also got a couple of gifts which I mentioned in that video which have arrived today. I've been at work, I got a message from Mrs. Bear to say these have arrived for you. Fantastic, because I was waiting for those. So a bit of a thank you for those to do for that as well. So if you go back to my last pickups video, 17th of July, I met up with Retro Kit, my mate John. Doesn't live too far from me. And we hit two independent game shops and an independent trader who's got a market stall. And while I was at the game shop at Bridie Hill, which is old school gaming, run by the wonderful Richard, it's always wonderful to watch John go in there and negotiate with him. Absolutely fantastic. It's an art John has. He always makes to get something off. Might not be what he wants, but he gets a good deal out of it. I keep telling him, getting a good deal out of Richard. He don't listen to me. But John bought some stuff in there. I bought some stuff in there, and I showed off in my last video, which I think, turning around correctly, was that one. I picked up that. So this was the other half, because I bought that and I bought what I'm about to show you for 20 nicker. Or pounds as we say in English, but I appear to have gone all cockney on you for some reason. I don't know why. I'm going to put that in there because that's like to fall off. And we don't want that crashing through the floor again like it usually happens. This is bloody massive. I happened to notice at the corner of my eye on the counter, or one of the displays, that Richard had got this in. And I thought, oh, that looks interesting, like I always say. And I had a look at it and I thought, bloody hell, that looks really interesting. And I said, well, how much do you want for this? And he says, well, look, he says, to be honest with you, he said that you could probably get 10 quid on your own for it. So he said, with the game, because that's quite a pricey game to pick up now. He said, that and this, he said, call it 20 quid. And without any hesitation or any thought process whatsoever, I said, yeah, okay, I'll have it. Now, of course, when I got home, you'll see why. A completely different story when I got home. I say it wasn't a completely different story, it was a totally different story. So, we got that, which is a giant box of 3.5-inch floppy disks. Yeah, we only do the old school stuff on this channel, have you noticed that? And these are full to the brim, not sadly of originals, but of backups of Amiga games. And there are so many in here, and I've not categorised all these, and I say I have categorised them, but I haven't written down what is in here. But if I tell you that in here is a mixture of 500 and 1200 games. It's 1200 games. I've got a 1200, but I've never had any actual physical 1200 games for it. If I just sort of, I mean, I was looking at this here, I mean, one of the biggest ones in terms of disc numbers is this, which is Simon the Sorcerer. 7 discs for this. But they have been beautifully looked after. All of these are absolutely in immaculate conditions. They all turn on the back. There's no sign of degradation, or degradation, that's probably the correct way of saying it, on the bit inside, which makes it work. They've all, I mean, the labels are absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'm just picking Graham Gooch's Cricket. I picked that up original a few months ago. So that's in there. What else have we got? New Year's Lemmings. There's games in here I've never even heard of. Formula 1 World Championship 1200 edition. Zombie Apocalypse, or we were talking about that on the podcast, weren't we, the other week? Escape from Colditz. Rolling Ronnie. Mega Ball. Rally Championship. Zach McCracken. Unreal. The Godfather, which I think comes on about 5 discs. It Came from the Desert. What else we got here? Wrath of the Demon, whatever that is. There's games in here I've never even heard of. First Samurai, I hate that game. Rubicon. Mr. Nuts. He's known as a different name in this house. On the Ball, which I've got loads of copies of. Back to the Future 3. But there are just so many games in here. Some I've played before, some I've never played. What sold it to me was right at the very front of the box when I first got them was Rodland. And I've spoken about Rodland before. Flaming love that game. And that's in here as well. I don't know how many discs are in this box. I'll shut that with my finger, that's going to bloody hurt. I've got no idea how many are in there. But, I mean, if there were, I don't know, 40 to 50 games in that, I paid a tenner for it. I know they're not originals. Okay? I know they're not originals, but in that condition, with a box which has got a key on it as well, it locks the box. It's fantastic from a retro bear point of view. If you're Mrs. Bear, it's another headache. About to get considerably worse, but yeah, I mean, that is just brilliant. I'm so chuffed to have that. If they weren't in good condition, I probably wouldn't have touched it with a barge pole, because you're never quite sure. I've been caught out before in the past with that. I bought a load ages ago from a car boot sale going back 10 years, and I didn't check the discs, and when I got home, half the discs didn't actually work because they'd all got degradation on the inside. In fact, they're so bad that there were holes, you could great big gaps missing out of it. So no wonder they do it. And the thing was, there were some cracking originals in there. There was loads of ocean games I used to play when I was a kid. All the movie tie-ins and stuff, they were all knackered. So I was really gutted with that. So I've learnt my lesson. I didn't pay much for them because we're going back 10 years and that sort of stuff was dirt cheap. I mean, I must have paid about 20 quid for, again, a lot of games. And again, most of those were actually original, unlike these ones which are backups. So anyway, when I met up with John, following on from that, so that's my time in old school gaming. Thank you, Richard, once again for your great service. I was talking to John. I'd taken John a game, which again I'm going to let him explain on his pickups video, and also I'd taken with me because ages ago on Swap Shop I mentioned I got a load of retro gamers that I wanted to get on, and John was the only one who come back to me about it. And to be honest with you, I'd sort of forgotten about it, and then he contacted me. Actually, we were talking about meeting up this weekend just gone, and I said, "Oh, do you still want those retro gamers?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I'll still have them off you. We'll sort something out." So we did. At around this point in time, because when I was buying those, he said to me, he said, "Oh, you're interested in that sort of stuff?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I've got about 5 or 6 boxes at my mum's house." You know, tongue falls out of mouth. I said, "Really?" So as we're walking back to the car, so I got back to the car, I said, "John," I said, "all these magazines, I've got about 80 to 100 magazines in here." I said, "I don't read them." I said, they're all in pretty good condition." I said, look, I said, rather than sort out, because I didn't know what I do. I charge him £1 an issue. Do I charge him 50p an issue? I don't know what's a good price is. I don't even know if there's any rare stuff in there. I did started collecting them in probably about 2009, I think it was. On and off collected for a few years, and I stopped. Then I got some more in again. I know some, special covers, whatever. Because I was a subscriber for them. You got certain ones sent through, and I said, "Look, I tell you what," I said, "Look, I'm quite happy if you want to give me all them discs at your mum's house." I said, "And I'll give you all these retro gamers as a swap." So that's what we did. So we swapped all these retro gamers. And what did I get? As I said, I'm not joking to you, there were 5 boxes like this, and there's another cardboard box. Now, as you can see, the reason I'm not bringing this upstairs is because it's flaming heavy. I mean, I'm holding that with one hand. I mean, I'm not, not the world's strongest man or anything, but you can see how crammed that is. Now, I actually spent a couple of hours on Sunday afternoon going through all these and separating them out, because obviously with the Amiga games, if you don't know what the Amiga games were, sometimes they come on more than one disc. Like I said, Simon the Sorcerer came on 7. So I went through all the boxes and spread them out across the lounge floor, and was matching them all up. It was like, you know, a very exciting for me game of Snap. If you're Mrs. Bear, it was a really annoying game of taking up the living room floor when you could be doing something far, far more useful, like stripping the wallpaper in the spare bedroom so we could start putting the other part of the game room into. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, there are, and again, I just picked up, you know, Indy 500. That's a game I had when I was a kid. Smash TV. What's this one from Magnetic Fields? The Simpsons. I just try and find games. There's games in here I didn't even know that existed. But yeah, shoot 'em up construction kit. International Soccer Ikari Warriors. What's that one there? Kickboxer. John Barnes' Football. James Pond 2. Little Computer People. I mean, it's cannon fodder. There's just so much, and it's 5 boxes of this. Now, unfortunately, the one box, which is the cardboard box, has now got all the discs in where I couldn't find the matching ones to go with them. And John said he said there may be some other stuff that's there, so he'll have a look for me. If he finds them, great. If he doesn't, then obviously I've got a lot of blank discs, which is quite a useful thing to have as well. And you know, worst comes to worst, I can always wipe them and just, you know, pass them on to somebody who wants blank disc for it. But I mean, there's just so many games. Paradroid, let's pull that back there. Paradroid, Power Drift, the Time Machine, RBI Baseball. What's that one there? Secrets of the Titanic Striker. It's a game John loves. I absolutely hate. That's in here. Lotus Turbo Challenge. Switchblade, Battle Squadron. My goodness me. There is this, what's that? Defender 2. There's just so many games. So many games. I mean, between the 2 boxes, the 2 lots, the stuff I got from old school games, stuff I got, I mean, there must be over 100 to 150 games, easily. And I'm going to have a lot of fun. I may even start just setting the Amiga up and just ploughing through those and just sort of recording them and doing game testing and just see if any of them actually they work. Again, John's stuff is in great condition. Looked through a lot of the discs as I was going through them. I say a lot of them. I didn't go through every single one, but the ones I checked were all in perfect condition. The back of the disc rotates round. Again, I know they're backups, but one person's rubbish is another person's treasure, and for me that just like, yeah, do I need to buy any more Amiga games ever? There's stuff in there I've never played, there's stuff in there I've seen before. New Zealand Story, it's a game we've been wanting to get back for years. It's in there. There's 2 copies, ironically. 2 copies. There's 2 copies of some of the games. Speedball 2's in there. Oh my goodness me. There's a lot of football games as well. A lot of football, not just football, rugby games as well. There's Championship Manager 93, 94 and 95 and Championship Manager Italia. So I'm going to be well away with those as well. I've got the first Championship Manager original, Championship Manager 93, but 94 and 95, fantastic. I mean, yeah, I'm going to look forward to playing that. And there was also this as well, which I found in there. It's actually a copy of Lemmings, and this would have been given away with one of the packs, along with The Simpsons and probably the cartoon classics. Simpsons, Captain Planet, and this one. And Deluxe Paint 3's in there as well. Painting program. So that's still there. It's got the disc and the instructions in it. So that's the only one that's actually survived. But again, it's there. So Lemmings, classic on the Amiga. I think Lemmings is in there. New Year's Lemmings and Oh No More Lemmings is in there. So loads of Lemming games. My God. So John, thank you very much indeed for doing that. I honestly, viewers of the Retro Bear channel, if I'd had the time to properly sit down and go through and made an itinerary of what was in there, I would do so. But really, I know it's fun watching me sit here and read out back of SingStar games for the title tracks that are on there and laughing as I've got no idea what some of these tracks are. I don't really think sort of me sitting here reading 100 or so, 150 Amiga game titles out is particularly interesting. I know people say I have the sort of voice that if you sort of put me on at night and I read out the contents of the phone book, you'd probably drift off rather nicely in an ASMR type of thing, or AMSR. What's it called? Yeah, that stuff where people sort of like go, and everybody sort of finds it really exciting. Weirdos. Anyway, so that's that. So I can't thank John highly enough for that, and that was a lot of running around on a very hot Saturday. So yeah, bountiful piles of Amiga. You can see my problem, or you can see Mrs. Bear's problem, is she's quite right in what she said when I got home. She said, you do realise what you've done. You've got rid of the retro game and magazines, which has created some space, and all you've done is fill in that space with this. And she said, I'm not, you know, angry. She said, you've just basically bought more stuff back which you haven't got room for. And I do see a point of view. My point of view on that is it was too good an opportunity to pass up. But as she also pointed out, we can get a GoTech drive and put, you know, she said, why on earth you just don't buy a GoTech drive, get a SD card and do it that way? Yeah, that's very, again, perfect point to make. But on the Retro Bear, that's how I play my games. I play my games retrospectively, as they should be played, or not, as they probably will just sit on the shelf. I hope not. Anyway, so that's the first part of that. Let's move on from there because it's getting really warm here. I've got some point I'm going to pass out. Or spending an hour here will turn my urine the colour of rust, which I don't really want because that's probably not quite healthy for me. I'm going to need a drink at some point. I keep doing that, flipping heck, it's so sweaty. Right, so what I want to talk about was the second part of this video is the second part of these YouTuber gifts. Now, I mentioned in my last video, if you haven't seen that, go back and see it. Big Game Owl sent me a message saying that some of the YouTubers and people I class as good friends of mine had a collection for me as king of the community. And I'll just show you the... we're not doing that video yet, but obviously I've inherited this title from... passed on this title from Sega Zombie via Danester, and I'll have to pass it on at some point. I can't be the permanent king of the community because I shall run out of things to do. But they very kindly sent me, they had a whip round or a collection for me because of the things, and I've sent some t-shirts out to people. I've still got some more t-shirts to send out. Some of the guys who I'm about to mention, you'll be getting a t-shirt because I've got your details now. I've had the second batch of t-shirts in, so by this point you may have actually received your t-shirt. I should hope so. If you haven't, it'll be on the way to you. It's already on the way. And they had a collection for me to send me some stuff, and I was the first video. I know it was behind this one. They got me this, which is Springdale, which is a Swedish exclusive, I think. But yeah, I know it was behind that. Thank you, Eddie. I had a suspicion it was you. Al's confirmed it was you, but yeah, I'm very, very chuffed with that one to get it, and that's it. They've got me a couple of other things now. Again, I've got no idea what's in here, so I'm open. I don't usually do unboxings on my channel, but this is what I've got. So I've got one here. This has come from France, and this has come from somewhere else. Cheshire, I think. Yes, Cheshire. From a shop. It's not someone's address. Yeah. So can I just say the people I want to say a very special thank you to. I don't embarrass anybody by this. And I did it in the first video, I should do it again. Links to all these guys' channels below. Thank you so much to Big Game Al, Rollercore, Eddie, Retro Games Revive, Sean, Nath Retro 1, the sexiest man on YouTube, Pete Fighter 2, Geordie Slasher Gaming, Mark, who Al's put on here as Georgie Slasher. Don't know, Feed Me Chicken. What a great guy he is. Thank you so much. Ink Northerner Paul, who I had the pleasure of meeting a few months ago. Cooper's World Steve. Liam, Retro Ram 88. And finally, Jim Corbana. You guys are... oh man, I don't know. I owe you so much. I know some of you guys have had t-shirts. The rest of you will be getting them. But I you know, this is just... oh man. It's just humbling. It really is. It really is. I don't want to cry live on YouTube. Well, like that live on YouTube. I don't want to cry on YouTube, but I may do. I didn't know what's in here. I'm not sure that I'm going to cry because of the contents or cry because of the contents. And I think you know what I mean. Anyway, this one has come from France. Yes, it's definitely come from France. Rather interesting to see that there's a great sort of postage stamp on that. This is rather good. Yes, there's nothing else on there incriminating, but I can't even tell what it says. But it's a come from Supplice PC Antel at 9 Place du Courarel 5420. I'm guessing from Toulouse. He's got Toul, T-O-U-L, Toulouse, France. So this is the second game I've had down from abroad because of the guys, and the other one I had was obviously from Raz over in Sweden. So might have been a good idea to get some scissors. Excuse me. Oh dear, that was well prepared, wasn't it? You can see, obviously, this is the first time I've opened it because I can't get the bloody thing open. I thought I've got to come and open this, but at the same time, if I do this, I have to do a pickups video. There we go. That's got it. It's been very, very strange packaging. It's not like it's not like a Jiffy bag. It's like a shiny, crunchy. Oh, it's a Wii game. It's got a white cover on it. Oh look, I've got some advertising to go with it as well. What's this here? So yes, so if this is you from France, I'm not going to show that because that's got the tells me how much you paid for it as well, which that's rather. But yeah, so that's the place in France. So if I've got any French subscribers, I don't think I have, but I do know SLR Mod Shop is believe he's French. So there we go. So I've had that come to the post. And it looks like they do all sorts of PC repairs and things, which is all rather wonderful. There we go. Do like a bit of that. I shan't look at that there. I haven't even looked at the game yet. I've moved the game to that side so I don't even see what it is. So I'm going to hold the game up to the camera. We can all see together what it is. Speed 2. Ah. Now I have heard of that. But I've... Wow, is this a European exclusive? Or is this... Oh no, it's PAL. It's got English instructions on the back. It's got 5 sorts of instructions, which, as we always say on this channel, is not a particularly good thing to have. Speed 2, wow. Okay, because I do like my racing games, and that because there aren't many races on the Wii. I don't know if you're aware of that, but there aren't many on there. But there's the manual, all nice and complete on the inside. It's got the safety manual as well, so that's good. What's the old disc like? Yeah, disc is. Yeah, it looks in good nick. There's nothing on that at all. So that's another look at the back of the box. So yeah, wow, what a great game that is. That's brilliant. I have looked at that previously. So there are a couple of races I haven't got which I'd like to get hold of. And it's from Team 6 Game Studios. I've never even heard of them. It's a game I don't know much about other than the fact I've seen it a couple of times. But that is great. Thank you very much, chaps. It's even got the price still on it, but I haven't seen that. I'll just take that off. But I haven't seen that. But yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you so much indeed. That's really good. That'll go bang onto the Wii collection as we edge ever closer to 700. That's 600. I've got to count it. I've been ages since I've sat down and physically gone through exactly how many games I've got. I'm pretty sure I've missed some. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've missed some across the whole board. Now this one is the big one. So this one's the big one till last. And I've got again absolutely no idea what's in here. So we'll take the scissors. There's some sellotape on the front. That's taking care of that. That's taking care of that. So we've got a horse game, a racing game, and whatever is in here. Well, that's how we get into it at the bottom as well. God, they package these things well, don't they? And this is great. It's like Christmas all over again. This is shit. Oh my god. Holy shit. Now you know it's bad because I'm swearing on my own channel. Oh my god. Guys. Wow. God, look at you. It's the new Alex Kidd on the PlayStation 4. It's the collector's edition, the signature edition. Oh man. So you've got the collector's box. It's got the old Master System sort of design on the outside. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, chaps. I never say guys. I'm just completely moved by this. So it's got I do keep going on about that. I'm so like the old style Master System boxes. So you've got a collector's box, which is this thing here. There's a game inside that. CD soundtrack. It's a medallion and bag. I'm gonna have to break this open and wear that at some point, aren't I? Jankenpon cards, which I've got no idea what that is. A certificate, an art book, enamel pin badges. Oh man, and a manual and keyring. So look, it's like an old Master System style manual, and no screenshots. Oh my god. I'm lost for words. What do I say? What do I say? You've made an old man cry. Oh god. Thank you. I can't add anything. I don't want to say. Thank you so much. This means a great deal because apart from Al and Eddie, I've not met any of them. Not met any of these people. They've simply clubbed together and sort of bought me this out of the kindness of their own hearts. And man, that's because it's always fantastic. I've so many people, so much stuff over the years, particularly the last sort of 12, 18 months for, just to add to my collection and be better in your collection than mine, or are these any good? You've got some doubles here and whatever. I've always tried to reciprocate and send stuff to people when I've got things like that, and it's not always been something I've been able to do. And to receive this from, like I said, from people I don't even know. I know there's a lot of stuff in. We've been said a lot. People said a lot of stuff lately in the community about how the fact that there's a bit of a strange tinge to it. You know what I mean? Sometimes, but this sort of shows to me that's alive and well, and I don't know. I can't add anything else to that. I really can't. I'm sorry. I couldn't be sorry. I shouldn't be polite. I'd be saying thank you, and I am. I mean, that is just. The question is now: do I open it? Do I open it or not? that is brilliant. That is. That's all I can say, guys. Thank you so much for that, and for that one. Obviously, I'm not forgetting that one. I mean, that's great in itself. But that Alex Kidd thing is just something else. Wow. Links to all the guys below. Please go along and check them out and do show them your support, because that is one of the nicest things that anybody's ever done for me. Gives you an idea of things that have gone on in the past, and to be thought of like that, and for you all to get together and do something like that. You guys are amazing. You guys are really amazing. Thank you again so much. Yeah, so that's it. I'm going to go probably a good cry now, to be fair. I'm going to show Missy Bear, because we've not opened these, so I'm going to go and show her and see what we've got, and I should probably cry a bit more. I shan't record that though. If you have enjoyed watching an old man cry, please don't forget to like the video, to subscribe if you. I don't cry in every video. I'm not Ric Flair. There's other stuff, non-crying videos available. I'm completely thrown by this now. I really am. So if you have enjoyed that, please don't forget to leave a like. Please comment. Please comment and tell me what an old softie I am. It's always good to hear from people. I always respond to the comments if I can see them and read them. It's not my fault, YouTube fault. And if you have enjoyed this and want to see more, there's more content on the channel. If you enjoy that, please do subscribe. It'd be lovely to have more of you on board. Yeah, I love doing this, and I think this just sort of shows the passion for it. I love gaming, and I love a lot of the people who do it. And this is great. It's all part of it. Anyway, I'm at the complete fool of myself now. So this is the Retro Bear saying thank you very much indeed for watching. I will speak to you again in a more composed manner very, very soon. But in the meantime, do take care a very special thank you once again to everybody. Bye for now.